Hey, welcome to this Shortwave radio channel. And I thought that, you know what, we should revisit the basics of shortwave radio, because I think, I get asked the question regularly, and sometimes, I'll post the link, say, well, I got a video talking about that. But from time to time, it's cool to refresh the video, and sometimes you have new tips, tricks. Of course, a lot of you are sending me all sorts of little tips and tricks that you're using to improve your reception. So first, this video is about how do I set up myself when I want to listen to shortwave. Now, of course, I got the big gun radio, the ICOM CR8500, but you know what? I do enjoy listening with these little portables. These are great little radios, And the thing is, most of you have small portables like this, and it always comes back to the same, well, I don't hear nothing except brother stare or religious stuff. And it's true, there's a lot of that, and it's true that they are pretty powerful for a simple reason, especially here in North America. They're all from US stations. So of course these US stations will pound the shortwave bands much more than the stations that are far away. So what do I do to prepare myself? Well, the first thing in this video is exactly going to talk about that. Positioning myself in the correct space. In a real, cool fantasy world, you sit down in your couch in your favorite chair and you just DX away all night long. Unfortunately, we live in a world with a lot of noise. And that means your favorite chair might be in a position where it's just impossible to receive any shortwave signals correctly because it's just too noisy. So find the space in your home where the noise is not as high. And you know what? I'm the perfect example of where you want to sit to listen isn't necessarily always the place you want to. Where is the noise lowest in my home? In the kitchen. Yep, in my kitchen is the place where it's quietest for any radio to listen to. How do you determine the noise? Well, simple. If you have a radio that has a signal strength indicator, of course, put your radio in a frequency that has absolutely no station. So here, say, I'm going to put myself on 14800. And you can try that with several frequencies, by the way, because some frequencies are noisier than others. So here I'm on 14800, and you can hear the noise. And I'm going to give you an example of how the place you are is very, very important. So here I'm on the kitchen, and as we move along around the home, you'll see that some parts have more noise than others. Here you see I have more buzzing. As I go into my office is virtually impossible to have a listen to anything. As I go back into the kitchen, well, I get to a point where the signal strength, and you see that in the indicator here, the numbers you see at the top right are signal strength of noise. Of course, it's easier when it's bars that are showing here, but in the kitchen you see that the noise much lower, much lower. So of course, I am condemned to listen to a portable radio in my kitchen. And this is how you know if you're a fan of shortwave. Are you ready to spend a few hours in an awkward room listening to the radio? If you answer yes to that, as long as you hear stations, no problem. You'll have fun. Set yourself up a little something. You know what I did? I actually in the kitchen have, first of all, this is the washing, the dishwasher, and the radio's on top. I'm close to the door and the window here in the back. So, you know what? I've set up a little something. I bought myself, well, I took myself an old rocking chair. You see it here? I just put it here in the corner, and when I listen to shortwave, I take it and I just sit down next to the dishwasher here, next to the window. Try to make myself a cozy little place. You know, get the garbage bags out of that area, and that's one thing I'm going to do. So maybe you're lucky. Maybe the spot where everything is quiet is your favorite chair in your favorite room. Unfortunately, it might be like me, in an awkward place where you got to do the best that you can, and that's shortwave for you. Of course, in the winter time, you're mostly inside, but in the summertime, yeah, there's better. You can go and sit at the park, do some radio listening there. It's pretty surprising, and we're going to have a lot of videos of showing you different aspects and how I listen to shortwave. So find the spot with the lowest noise. Now you're going to tell me, oh, I've got a cheap radio and it doesn't have a signal strength indicator. Well, you know what? If you listen closely to the radio, and as I was walking around, the noise increased in some parts. So let's put the noise, the sound again. So now I'm going to shut up and I'm going to let you listen in to the noise, only the noise, and we're going to go through the house again. So you can hear that the sound changes. There's buzzing. Some parts is electrical type noise. Here's some kind of high-pitched tone. And when I get back to my favorite place, it's still noisy, but it's less noisy. So it gives me the possibility to listen to signals here. And that's what I like. So for example, let's check out WWV, 15 megahertz. And now you're going to say, ah, you're using probably fancy antenna. No, I'm not. Here, this is the radio. This is the antenna. The only thing is the telescopic. Nothing else. So it's surprising what you can listen to. So that's the first thing. That's my #1 tip. And this weekend, look for a lot of videos on shortwave listening tips. This is probably going to be the perfect videos for newbies that come to the hobby and don't really understand why they don't hear anything. Why I'm not receiving this signal and you are. We're going to talk about other things also that impact what you're listening to and not. But I think this is the best time to restart kind of a newbie. And once I put all the videos online, I'll make a list, a playlist, and I'm going to call it for the new shortwave listener. So like that, all the videos that talk about how to start to listen to shortwave are going to be there, and you might be able to understand why you don't hear nothing, and maybe even understand how to listen to something, because that's basically what I want to try to do here. Help everybody listen to something. Okay? So if you're just listening to Brother Stare or anything like that, I will show you that you can listen to much more. So #1, noise. Find the perfect place. And if it's warm outside, why not take your portable receiver, a little pair of headphones, go to the park. You might hear a lot more than you hear in home because there's even less noise. If you enjoy my videos, please subscribe, give us thumbs up. Hopefully you enjoy the videos that I produce. And if you have any comments or questions, please feel free to ask.